back to the RE Source and welcome to 2014. Man, the holidays were good to me. 10 pounds later and one big gash on my face, and here I am. Let's get it out of the way so you guys aren't wondering what happened, okay? I got scoped. What's getting scoped? Well, here you go. Yeah, that was me. Everybody point and laugh, blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyways, let's get to work. 2014's here and we all need to make some money, so here we go.
Well, it's the first part of the year, and the in vogue thing to do right now is make big and bold predictions for the new year. You guys have probably had enough of that, so let's focus on what we think is key moving forward in 2014. Low-end homes.
Yeah, that's super sexy, isn't it? Everyone loves selling or financing $100,000 homes, don't they? It's super fun and the same amount of work as, say, a $300,000 home, but you get the joy of getting paid a nickel at the end of it all. That being said, we can't be fooled or enticed by Hollywood. Now, what does that mean?
Well, they'd like you all to focus on the high-end homes, the super sexy jumbo deals. And hey, I get why. Better pay. More prestige of selling a mansion versus selling a former crack home. I get it, but Hollywood isn't always what it's cracked up to be.
It's smoke and mirrors, and if we want to get this machine we call the real estate industry moving this year, we need the low-end market to flourish.
I know nobody wants to hear that, but it's true. Case in point. Did you know home prices are up year over year per Case-Shiller? Up about 12%. That's a ton, and much higher than originally forecast.
Take a look. This is the first real increase we've seen in quite some time. Now, I say first real increase because this increase, if you remember, was the homebuyer tax credit, which quickly faded away when pulled from the market. This is where we are now, and in my opinion, the first real increase we've seen since the early 2000s.
See, we write off the increases we saw here and here, which is in 2003 and 2005, because as we now know, those markets were artificially inflated and by no means real.
We call those the Pam Anderson years because nothing on her body is real and nothing in those markets were real.
So you have to go back to January of 2000, the Y2K year, to measure our last real price appreciation. I think the 12% number's a little high, but it's still up when you look at other indexes like CoreLogic, Zillow, LPS, and others. Just like anything, the truth's probably somewhere in the middle.
But nonetheless, pretty good news, right? Well, yes and no. I do think this is the first real appreciation we've seen since the year 2000. But if you look a little harder into these numbers, right now you'll see that the low-end market, it's actually decelerating. We have to keep the show short, so we can't go into all the semantics, but we will say this.
When measured, recent numbers show that prices in 21 geographically diverse markets over the last 6 months reflect low-end price growth deceleration in 6 of the 21 markets.
While 6 of the 21 markets slowing isn't a huge number, the intensity at which they're slowing is. For instance, Boston, they're seeing price gains at a 17% clip just a year ago. Now, only a clip of 4%. Similar numbers were reported in the Sand States as well. Again, why does this all matter? Remember, the low-end market is the first cog to turn in this giant machine we call real estate. You start with the low end, and so goes the high end.
Okay, let's put this into perspective. Is the slowdown in low end a concern? Yes. What does it mean?
We don't know yet, but you all can make some predictions down below. The good news, prices aren't necessarily dropping. We're just not seeing the increases at the same pace, which is good, really. We know from experience that these high levels of appreciation aren't healthy or sustainable. So all in all, not a bad thing.
But we do need the low end to slowly but surely chug along this year. After all, this is where most of the opportunity is found in real estate. Think about that for just a second while you chase your buyers and sellers this year.
The low-end markets have not only the first-time home buyer, but the investors and the low-end repeat buyers. Now, the high-end and the middle markets don't have as much interest. So while the prices and the payoffs are much higher in the high-end markets, the amount of fish in the pond are much fewer. Something to think about as you plan your 2014.
Low end may not be sexy, but the number of fish in the pond are much, much higher. So, do you want to cast your nets in the pond with fewer fish, hoping to catch the big one? Or are you the type of guy or gal that likes to play the numbers and cast your net in the pond where you're more likely to catch more fish? Smaller in size, yes, but many, many more opportunities.
Not a wrong answer here, just different approaches. Now, what will you guys do this year? Speaking of not being fooled by Hollywood and casting your nets where the fish are, Facebook. Okay, this is completely off subject, but I wanted to point this out and leave you with this, which again kind of proves our point. Hollywood and the trends would tell you to ignore Facebook because it's outdated and not the cool thing to do anymore. Wrong. Yes, teens and college students are leaving Facebook in droves, but guess what? Who cares? They are our target market anyways. Yes, Facebook is now dominated by moms and dads and businesses and commerce. Great. It's outdated when it comes to Hollywood standards, but perfect for those of us that actually want to market to people that actually want to buy houses, like moms and dads and business owners. Hollywood says leave Facebook and go to Twitter. I say double down and go to Facebook. You simply cannot beat the ROI on your Facebook marketing dollars, not to mention the pinpoint accuracy on how you spend said marketing dollars. Anyways, squirrel, sorry to get sidetracked, but I thought it was worth noting. What are your thoughts about the low-end market slowing down, and what is your predictions for 2014? Please share them down below, and we'll see you next week, and do not get scoped.